Morning, my name is Phil. I'm from Following the Nerd. This will probably go out to most of the younger cast, obviously, because they're from over here. But do you get to spend much time for like recreation in Northern Ireland when you're not filming, or are you spending more time over in England?
I think we do spend a lot of time over here because occasionally we'll have 2 or 3 days in between filming. So, you know, we like to go visit places, visit around Ireland, and it's beautiful. I went to see the Giant's Causeway about a year ago.
Yeah. There's a lot of different sites and things, so you never get bored over here. But we've been over here for 3 weeks now. So yeah, we are over here for a long periods of time. But sometimes it's easier than going forwards and backwards, because then you've got to try and settle into this sort of life and then settle back into home life. So sometimes it's quite tricky, and it's hard to fit back into school as well, I think. Yeah. But no, it's a great experience.
What about yourself? I mean, you're obviously coming from County Donegal, so it's pretty similar to Northern Ireland. I mean, do you get to travel home much, or would you sort of like staying over here when you're filming, or going back and forth to the weekends and things?
I'd be staying for around a week every time. I wouldn't stay for as long as Maisie and Sophie, 3 weeks. I've never stayed for that long, but yeah, it's really good. I have seen a lot of places, lots over here. It's a great experience.
And Nairn, obviously because you're from here, I mean, you get to see us every day. I mean,
yeah, and 10 minutes away.
As I'm about to say, I mean, it was a great, just literally about 10-15 minutes away from the actual filming location, and then so I can lie in the mornings.
Well, there would be certain benefits to being filmed in like Palm Beach or something. That would be nice, but I don't think that's going to fit into the book anywhere. But yeah, it's pretty handy. It's nice to be able to fall out of bed, being a DJ, and sort of arrive on set 10 minutes later.
Brilliant, thank you.
Why am I echoing?
Probably because I meant to adjust levels, but I'm going to let the sound guy come back up and check that one later on.
Hello?
You're not echoing to us.
Oh, really? I can make it echo.
Hodor should.
No.
We had a request on winteriscoming.net for people, for all of you to give us, this is going to sound funny being that I'm going to ask Kristian first, the best line you had all season, your favorite line for the first season. Now, Kristian, think carefully, and I'd like you to let us know what your favorite line was for season 1 of Game of Thrones.
Well, there was that scene we did 2 ways, the one without a Hodor and one with. So I actually preferred the one without, so it was...
A silence. That's surprising. All right, Sophie?
Kind of has to be, or maybe he'll give me yours.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah. Because that Sansa getting her own back on Joffers.
Joffers.
I don't know, there was a couple of good lines, I think. But I think one of my favourites was 7 Hells.
That was a lot of people's favourites. 7 Hells.
I think mine was, I didn't have a lot, so I think mine was No They Won't.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was my favourite.
Yeah. Oh.
Now, not delving too far into season 2, obviously, because of the things that you can't discuss, but do you already have in mind a scene that you've read that you're like, this is going to be my favorite line for season 2? Or do you not know yet?
Yeah, I mean, for Arya there are a lot of really good scenes, and I'm really happy with the way that my story's going. But there's a lot of really good lines in there, so I don't know, in a year's time it's going to be hard to choose my favourite line from season 2, I think. But yeah, there's a lot to choose from, so I hope you're going to like it.
Yeah. I don't know if I have any standout lines because they're all pretty fantastic. No, all the scenes this season are really good for me. You know, she goes through a lot, so she has to put up with Joffrey a lot. But yeah, I don't have any lines in particular that I prefer. Shh.
Art, anything you're looking forward to this season?
Yeah. I've only done one scene so far that I've actually filmed this season.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a line It's been my only line.
You like it, okay. Well, even in the books, Rickon doesn't speak very much. You're a quiet child.
I have a monologue. I actually do have a monologue, so I'm not going too far into that. But yeah, I think D&D have discussed that already. There's, yeah.
To Hodor or not to Hodor?
Yeah, it's very Shakespearean.
Very Shakespearean.
Yeah.
Can I ask another question about this?
Sure.
Obviously, Game of Thrones is being well received by the fans. I mean, firstly, you had the books, which were superb. Have you actually read the books, and so you know what's sort of coming with your character, or do you basically want to sort of keep that to yourself and sort of wait till you actually get the big reveal towards whenever you're reading the scripts for each episode?
I have read my chapters in the book, partially because, you know, the other chapters are a bit more explicit, let's say. But yeah, I kind of like to get the background research on my character, and I like to get as much information as I can from websites and books and things, so that I can get a kind of all-round opinion.
Right.
But mainly, my judgment goes by the script, because that's how I'll be portraying it. It's not exactly the books, it's an adaptation of the book, so the scripts are kind of my main go-to.
Yeah, I haven't read the books at all, but my parents have read them. So they fill me in on what's going on, not just on my story, but on the all-round story and how it fits into other people's stories too. But yeah, Sophie said it is just an adaptation, so it's all very well getting used to the books, but it's as you know from season 1, it's very different to how most people imagine it. So we try to stick to the scripts just because that's how you're going to be doing it, and sometimes it's just a bit, I don't want to say anything, but yeah, so yeah, stick to the scripts because that's how we're going to be doing it.
I don't feel so bad now. I have read the first book, and I've been trying to get through the second book for months now. I think I have ADD of some description. So I actually decided early on, Hodor's character, I don't think he's as stupid as people give him credit for, but I think for me to play him, I think most of his part will be a reaction. He's not going to be thinking too much about what's happening, so if I sort of try to keep it quite fresh, to be honest. I think it's easier to react to what's happening in a genuine, honest, retarded way. So, that's my message.
Well, obviously because the book's been out so long, it's already built up a big fan base. I mean, were you all surprised by how quickly the show was received, particularly by the fans, both young and old?
Yeah, I mean, the reception from the fans has been amazing. We couldn't have wished for better fans because they've been so supportive of the series, and the books, obviously we were nervous because the books were so big, and then we had to translate the characters onto screen, and it was like, am I going to do this right? But yeah, the fans are pretty loyal to the series as well as the books, so I'm happy.
I think how it wasn't just the fans of the books that enjoyed the series, it was nice that the sort of other public enjoyed it too, because it's a new series, and if we just had the fan base from on like Winter is Coming and things like that, then I don't know if we'd have sort of done what we came to do. We wanted to get some new people into it as well. And I think some people have watched the series and then read the book. I know my next door neighbour has, and so it's for everyone. It's not the same story. Some people have now become big fans, have gone onto the internet. So I guess for you guys, there's been a lot of hype as well. So. Yeah.
Oh, just a bit, obviously because it's filmed over here. We're completely not used to this sort of thing. You get like the odd episode, but the fact the entire series is filmed over here, it's sort of like a fanboy's dream come true. Well, for those of us who are able to actually journey up and be towards where the actual filming is being taking place, even though it's pretty secret, we have been very lucky in being able to see sort of like the press shots and also background footages. But that brings me on to another question. Obviously, because it's filmed over here, then you have to deal with all the elements, which there's much rain and weather. Do you find that sort of adds to the realism of the show, or do you find it sort of detracts?
Yeah, it definitely does, doesn't it? Sorry, Maisie. No. Because, you know, sometimes they'll have fake rain or fake wind or something. But, you know, when you've actually got it and you're actually experiencing it, I suppose it just makes you feel like you're your character, not yourself anymore, like even more, because everything is so real. There's nothing fake around it. Everything's really real, so you just feel like you're actually experiencing what she's experiencing.